Imagine you've just been offered your dream job. You've worked your whole life for this. You spent what feels like thousands of hours in hot buses in Scranton, Trenton, or Tampa. You get the call. You're headed to the show. You pull up to 161st Street, make your way to the locker room, heart pounding. You find your jersey. It's heavy. It's crisp. But then you turn it around, and there's nothing there. You look at the other jerseys. There's no Judge. There's no Bellinger. There's no Cole. Just a number. Now, in any other time in history, baseball history that is, that would feel a little generic. Like the white box with the black letters that just says, cereal. I mean, in the NBA, the name on the back is the brand. In the NFL, it's how fans know whose jersey to buy. But in the Bronx, that empty space above the numbers is the most expensive real estate in baseball. Welcome to Pinstripe Picasso. And today, we're not just looking at a uniform. We're studying a philosophy. We're gonna look at why the Yankees treat their players like corporate execs and why that nameless tradition is either the greatest psychological weapon in baseball or a curse designed to crush the soul of anyone not built to handle it. Let's dig in. To understand why we don't have names, first understand that the Yankees weren't always traditionalists. In 1929, we were actually the radicals. See, before then, if you went to a ball game, you needed a scorecard and a prayer just to know who was playing third base. The Yankees decided to change that, but they didn't do it for branding. They did it for efficiency. Think of it like a factory. If you were a foreman in 1920s New York, you didn't care about the name of the guy on the assembly line. You cared about his station. It's the reason that Babe Ruth is number 3. It's not because he liked the number. It's because he was the third guy to pick up a bat. Lou Gehrig was number 4 because he was the cleanup hitter. For my hip hop heads, it's kind of like a classic DJ Premier or a Pharrell beat. You don't need a formal introduction or a name drop to know who made it. The sound is the signature. By the time the 1930s rolled around, the Yankees had reached that same level of sonic recognition. The numbers had become the names. You didn't need to see Ruth stitched across the back. If a guy wearing number 3 stepped into the booth and hit a ball to the next zip code, you knew who the artist was. But then the league got different. They decided that they would like to be individuals. And that's where the conflict began. Enter Bill Veeck. If the Yankees are the Picasso of baseball, structured, legendary, expensive, Bill Veeck was the Banksy. A free thinker for the time, in 1960, he took a look at the White Sox and said, we're in the TV era now. We need to put names on the backs of the jerseys. It made sense, and because of that, a revolution of sorts took place. Within a decade, every single team in Major League Baseball had caved. But the Yankees essentially said, nah, we good. We got a whole lot of we going on over here. A whole lot of us. Think about it like a tuxedo. When you go to a wedding, you don't wear a name tag on your lapel. Why? Because a tuxedo implies a certain level of decorum. It implies that the event is bigger than you. By refusing to put names on the backs of jerseys, the Yankees essentially turned the jersey into a suit. They created a psychological divide. You're not Francisco Lindor playing for the Mets. You're Yankee number 12. If you want your name on your back, you're basically telling the world that you think you're bigger than the interlocking NY. And in that gallery, nobody is bigger than the frame. Now let's talk about the curse part. Because let's be honest, not everybody looks good in a suit. There's weight to those pinstripes. When you have no name on the back, you have no shield. When a player is struggling in the Bronx, think of Joey Gallo or a Sonny Gray. That space above the numbers starts to look like a target. It starts to feel like the team's history is staring at the back of your head, judging you. When you wear number 2, you aren't just wearing a number. You're wearing the weight of number 3, number 4, and number 5. When you wear 99, you're wearing the expectations of the 15 captains that came before you. It's like being the CEO of a company that's been around for 150 years. You don't get to change the logo, and you don't get to be yourself if being yourself doesn't match company culture. Some players thrive in that anonymity. It's liberating for them to be a part of the monolith. Others, they have to be that guy. But the Yankees uniform is designed to remind you that you're never that guy. You're just the current occupant of the suit. Now we're entering a sensitive subject. See, for 100 years, the jersey was sacred. Then came the Nike swoosh. Then came the insurance company patches on the sleeves. The suit is being vandalized by the modern economy. There's a loud group of fans, and even some players that are saying, hey, it's 2026. Put names on the jerseys, let the kids have some fun. First of all, they're not kids. Second, if you do that, you destroy the one thing that makes the Yankees the most valuable franchise in sports: exclusivity. The nameless jersey is the ultimate gatekeeper. It says to the world, if you don't know who our right fielder is, you haven't been paying attention. It demands that the fan be an expert and that the player be a professional. If we put names on the back, we're just the Dodgers with more expensive tickets. We're just the Red Sox, more well-kept. The nameless jersey is not just the last line of defense against individualization in a team sport. It also maintains a sense of authenticity. So is it a curse or a canvas? For the players that can't handle the pressure, it's a curse. It's an empty space where his identity used to be. But for the greats, for the ones that end up with plaques in the park, that empty space is a canvas. They didn't need their names in the back because they wrote their names in the record books instead. So the next time you see number 99 trot out to right field or number 35 dig into the box, don't wish for a nameplate. Celebrate the fact that in a world obsessed with me, there's still at least one place that's all about us. The suit stays clean, the tradition stays nameless, and the quest for 28 is all that matters. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fabric of the Bronx, hit that subscribe button and leave a comment. Do you want names on the back, or are you a traditionalist like me? Thanks for watching Pinstripe Picasso. See you at the next exhibit. 28.